Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got a new project today. I picked up something the other day. It's hot old little Briggs and Stratton mud motor. Little 5-horse 4-stroke, air cooled. This was a factory built deal by Briggs and Stratton right there. And I had one of these years and years ago. Seemed like it wasn't too bad of a little deal, but it's been too long ago. And I picked this up cheap on Marketplace. Thought that'd be fun to play with. Same old famous story, Ranwin Park. Guy traded his boat off and he had this. So take that for what it's worth, but it does pull over. So, oops, lost you there. Does pull over, so, and this does have forward, neutral, and reverse. Kind of a little lever right here. So, but not a bad little setup. They only had one problem with these, Briggs did, and it was a problem they had with a lot of stuff. This right here, 5 horsepower. Those didn't last very long. They made these a few years. I don't think they had any problem with lower ends or motors or nothing, but it's a 5 horse, and Briggs was just notorious. That's all they wanted to mess with was 5 horses for a long time. They even put them on riding motors. I don't know what their deal was. Now, I will say, if this ever gets to Mud Skipper, where they have contacts in China and they can order any kind of kit they want, this would be a golden setup with a bigger engine. If you could, you know, get this set up to run one of them 14, 17 horse V-twins, whatever, you just rob your lawnmower and throw one on here. Awesome. If someone's watching this, $1 million idea, multi-million-dollar idea actually. Think how many people buy kits you could put a riding mower engine on this yourself. Have something bigger than this stupid little 5 horse. That was the only thing wrong with these. They were just not big enough. But with that little bitty boat I got, that 1432, this thing should be all right. But we can play with it. I think it'd be fun to play with. Obviously, that's why I picked it up. So, I'm going to take the cowling off and hook the gas to it. I went ahead and put the hose and stuff on it. I know I don't have a primer bulb. I thought I did. That would make this easier, but it should pick up. And I'm going to try to cheat and pour gas down the intake and try to get it running that way and let it pick up. So hopefully it'll run. I don't know. We're going to see. I do know I'm going to take this off and fix this. I bumped this a while ago when the gas line broke. So you can see it down in there. I'll fix that real quick. And I'm sure it's going to need something, but we'll get it running and then we'll take it to the lake. So I'm going to get the cowling off, situate everything, and I'll bring you back and we'll hook gas up and see if this thing will run. I hope. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. But anyways, I'll see you here in just a second after I get it all set up and I'll be back. All right, everybody, got her set up and ready. So, 3 bolts, took the cowling off, no big deal. You have to cut the rope because it won't go through the cowling, the handle won't, and then have to put it back, which ain't no big deal. I got some gas, I got some carb cleaner spray in it just to get it started. So, we'll go from there. In case anyone wants to know, this is a short shaft with 3-blade prop. So, I guess everything's set up about as good as it's gonna get. So, let's see if this thing will start. First start in years. Supposed to be about 2 years it's set, so I don't know, you know how that goes. Ranwin Park and all that BS, but we'll find out. So stay tuned to the end. I want to go over some stuff and specs and talk about some of these other kits and stuff and kind of cover a few things about this. So let's set up and we'll get the start attempt to go, and then like I said, get it running good. We'll take a little river run and do some fishing, some different stuff, maybe some crawfish trap setting. So anyway, hang on, let's get this set up. I know you want to see it run, so do I. Hopefully I didn't get burned on my purchase. So let's see what happened. Maybe. Felt like it hit once. Oh. Let's try some gas. Now I'm going to check see if I got fire. See what that does. Hey, she's a chooching. Make sure you're on the camera's all set up good. Should be. Set her up a little bit better, maybe. If I can get it to pick up down there off that tank. Did hit. And the choke froze. Oh. Oh. Let there be life. Woo, that ain't good. Holy cow. I think it went swimming. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's water. He just spit a whole bunch of it out. Oh, yay. Yeah, it's still running, so apparently it didn't kill nothing. That ain't good. Well, let's just continue on here and see if we can get the fuel pump to pick up. Oh, did you see that? Holy cow. It's not a submersible. See if it'll hit again. Oh, she's trying. Give her another little shot here. I know someone's probably going to say ether, but I don't like using ether on motors that have set for a long time because they can actually dry the cylinder out worse. Bust your rings. I like to use gas or carb cleaner. Whoa, whoa. I thought she picked up. There's runners and more. Act like it almost did. Oh. Well, it's alive. That's worth something. That's worth something. Now I'm excited. Might not be picking up out of the fuel pump. Can't tell. Tell you what, we're going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to keep it running when I get it going this next time. It's running longer and longer. I think she's about to pick up. Oh, come on now. That was nice. Okay, I'll be back. Thinking I need a new vacuum pump. I'll shut the camera off, go dig around, I'll come back and we'll go from there. So see you in a second. Alright, got lucky. That was the last fuel pump I had. So, anyways, we got one sitting right here, just like the old one. And I'm just going to leave it loose, see if we can get some gas coming out of this. And if we do, I will put it all back in this little cradle and hook the carburetor back up. So, I'm hoping that one had a little bit of gas in it. Like it was trying, but it just wasn't going. So, I don't know. We'll see. If we don't have no better luck, we'll have to tear into the carburetor. So, we'll see what happens. Let's give her a shot. I do know them go bad a lot of times if they set. They just got little rubbers in them. So, between that and it having water, I don't know. The motor. So, we'll see. Give it one last shot. Not, we'll have to turn the carburetor probably. Hopefully she'll pick up. Bad part, I drained everything back to the head. I don't know. I'll tell you what, to keep this video from being too long, I will come back when I figure out what's going on here. Something ain't right. I should have had gas by now. So I'll come back when I figure it out and I'll turn the camera on and go over it with you. So see you here in a second. Alright everybody, it's fixed. It's fixed, sort of. It runs and goes and idles, but it's kind of not right, idling right. Probably have to take carburetor off and clean it, which I may or may not do. It might end up getting a Makuni and getting modified on this. And yes, I've done it before, made an intake. I'll leave a video at the end of this one. Actually, it's the last video I put out where I put one on that little Honda on that homemade mud motor. So, anyways, got it going. I think I went and blew all these lines out. This one, I don't know. It was kind of stopped up, and then all of a sudden it was free. So, and that's your pulse line. So I'm guessing I had something or a part of. Sometimes the threads in these can kind of come uncollapsed too. So I don't know. I just kind of blew them out, and it worked after that. So that's all I know. But it is working, and there it is. Let me, like I said, it's not idling right, but I will start it up, and we'll kind of show you what it's doing here. Just show you it's working, and then I want to go over some stuff. So let's see. See how long it runs. So, hopefully you can hear me. Like I said, it's running everything, but it ain't idling quite right. But lower end's good. I checked forward and reverse. All that's good. It was backfiring. It kind of wants to. Maybe it'll sit there. We can kick it in gear. Forward. See if I can do this gently. Kind of tricky. Neutral, and there's your reverse. So, not too bad. It's getting better as they run, but I'm definitely going to have to either clean the carburetor, put a kit in it, or do something. So, I may or may not. But it's alright right there, but you can kill it. You go all the way down to idle. So, it's there. It's something to play with, but I'm going to change the oil. I'm going to put a new spark plug in it because I'm sure it needs one. Probably got a junky factory little Champion in it. Briggs, that's close. Oh, yeah, Champion. Yeah, that's probably the problem. I wouldn't put one of them in my push mower. Close enough. 5 horse. So, anyway, we'll get that took care of. That'll probably cure most of the problem. But this, I may do away with. This is just a little old 5 horse. I really don't feel like running this big tank in my boat. I set it up like I did the Honda where it's all factory. You know, the tank's right in the front and everything. Holds a half a gallon. You'll be amazed how long you can run on that on one of these small motors putting around. But it would bypass all this crap and it would be less stuff to break out on the lake. So I'm probably going to do that. Build an intake. Put another one of them 22 millimeters on. Like I did the last one. So I'll leave a picture of that in here somewhere so you can see what I did. If I can remember it, I'll go get some clips of it. But just bypass all this crap and just get rid of this junk. And I'll show you what I got on my brain. I may or may not use this. I keep these old junk motors around. Right here. All this will bolt right on that 5 horse. Here's your tank. Nice big tank. And I got room for it to work. And I can put this cowling over it. And use this recoil. All that will bolt right on there. And I could bypass all that crap. And just put that Makuni on and be done with it. And I'm really thinking I'm going to do that. Because that's a pretty substantial little tank right there. I know that's a 6.5 horse. But that should bolt on that 5. Pretty well same block, I'm pretty sure. So that's probably right there is what's going to happen to that. And that is just get away with all this crap. I don't know. To me, I'm a firm believer in the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, less more you got on there, the less you got to break. And if you'll stick around on this channel, someone's probably going to bash me. You'll find out real quick. I don't care about factory. I will modify crap and make it work. I don't care. It's like putting that Honda engine on that, you know, off a freaking, it was coming off a tiller. Yeah, it was a tiller lawnmower. But Buddy had it, and I made it and put it on that surface, made a surface drive out of it, like a pro drive. You know, we put on top of that 7.5 lower. Like I said, I'll put a picture in here. But Anyways, I'll give you the gist of it. And I think we're going to make this simpler and do away with it. But the motor's good, lower end's good, all the stuff's good. So more toys, more stuff to play with on the channel. So, you know, if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe and hit the bell and you'll get notified when it comes out. So, I'm always modifying stuff. But what I wanted to touch base on, this was a multi-million-dollar ideal, but Briggs would not get off their stupid little 5-horse. I mean, think about it. If this was a short shaft kit and come with a 22-horse, you know, big V-twin, I mean, come on. How many people would have bought that? I'd have bought that. Because I think these were all right. They were just kind of a little bit slow because they were just a 5-horse. But if you could get even, you know, what Briggs make? 8s and 12s and 15s, 17s, and I think it might have went up to a 19 in a single cylinder. That would have been cool and fast, you know, and then get your gearing set up for your 4-stroke so they don't rev as much as your 2-strokes. And Mud Skipper made one like this years ago. I had one, and you can still buy them on eBay, Amazon. And the only problem with them, they're a long shaft, but they're 7-horse. And I run one of them for years. I absolutely love that thing. Great, dependable little motor. You had to put your own engine on it. But it was like Mud Skipper. It came with a kit. It come with all this and the lower and everything. And then you had to put the engine on it. And I put a little old 173cc Kohler. And it worked fine. I loved it. I run that thing for years. I loved it. And then the boat clapped out, and I traded it off because I didn't want to make another transom, because I had to raise that transom up and make a transom mount, because to get the skag right here on the bottom of the boat, I had to lift it up. And it kind of looked stupid on the boat, but it was a great little engine. I loved it. All self-contained, same deal. I had a tank up here on the front and all that. And oddly enough, I didn't change the carburetor on that one because that one worked pretty good, so I just left it alone. But if Mud Skipper, they got the power, and Hankai's even got one out now that is a short shaft, but it's only got forward and neutral. For reverse, you got to spin it around like your old engines, completely backwards. If they put a reverse in it, it'd be great. It seems like all these Chinese companies making these that's available now, they're just not quite hitting the bullseye. Make it with the 7-horse and make it a short shaft. Hankai, if you're watching, if you stumble onto this, make that thing with forward, neutral, and reverse. And the gearbox, like you do, they make a bigger one. They make an 8-horse. I seen on their website with electric start. If I could find that, if they'd posted on Amazon or eBay, I would buy one in a heartbeat. I would try it. Oh, I would love to get my hands on one. But they ain't offered it here. It was just on one of their video clips going through their plan. They need to offer it. But it would have forward, neutral, reverse, electric start, all that stuff. It would have been great, 8-horse. And with 8-horse, you got the bigger shaft. Then you could change it out to something else. So, but anyway, Mud Skipper did offer one of these. And I think they ought to offer it again with a short shaft. Get with their little Chinese companies over there overseas and get with them and make one. And make one with the option to run a 1-inch shaft on something. A big motor. 14-horse, 17-horse, something. We need it. I mean, that would be great. And I would buy one. You get to see it on this channel too. I'd love it. I love that little Mud Skipper. It's just a little small and it was a long shaft. I had to make a bracket for it. But anyways, that was kind of what I wanted to cover. You can still buy something like this, but it's long shaft, and I will try to find a picture of one of them and leave in here too. But it's got forward, neutral, reverse, long shaft, and like I said, years ago, Mud Skipper offered that as a kit, and you had to put your own motor on it. And I had one, I loved it. And now Hankai's got one like this, and it is short shaft, but it's only got forward neutral. For reverse, you got to grab it back here, spin it 180, like the old boat motors, and then if you need it, you flip it back. If they just put a gearbox in it, it'd be great. I'd even buy one of them. They're only like $500. So, but anyways, enough talking. But I think this has got potential, so stay tuned. I'm probably going to jerry-rig this thing around, and, you know, I'm going to put the tank and everything. It'll look factory, and then we'll put the Mikuni on it. We'll be done with it, eliminate all this headache. So I'm going to modify it, of course, naturally. And I know you want to see it. You want to see it. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see it. So we're going to build it. And I might make one run in this current state just to see what this thing does, and then, you know, modify it and go from there and run it afterwards. So I'll probably do that. Just run one factory run and then come back and tear it all down and rebuild it and remodify it. So, but it lives. One last look. One last look. It lives. I'm happy. Like I said, I got it real cheap off Marketplace. I thought it'd be fun to play with. So, not a bad little machine. It's got potential. So we're going to fix it and run it. And if it blows up, I ain't got much in it. And I can always find a stupid lawnmower engine to put on it. So, not a big deal. So anyways, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. Something a little different. Stay tuned for the mod build. I'll make one run with it probably, just factory. I mean, worst it's going to do is break down and paddle back to the bank. But we'll make one run with it like that and then come back and make a video on modifying it all, redoing it. So anyways, hope you liked the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. You want to see all the upcoming stuff and the builds and putting a Makuni on this and putting that tank stuff, you know, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell and you'll get notified when it comes out. So I guess that's it for this video. So as always, like and subscribe, and I hope you liked it, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.